Salazar was building a birdhouse and he had 30 inches of wood. However, Salazar. However, the instructions are in centimeters, not in inches. If 1 inch is approximately 2.54 centimeters, how much wood does Salazar have? Okay, so we're comparing, we'll say centimeters to inches. And so 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. Okay, so that's what this scale gave us. 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. What do we know about Salazar's situation, though? What does he have? What does Salazar have?
30.
He has 30 inches. So down here on my inches, I'm going to put 30. And I'm trying to figure out how many centimeters it is. So what are we going to do from here?
30 times 2.54.
Cross multiply and divide, but you're really going to be dividing by 1. So let's just cross multiply. So 2.54 times 30. Good, but then make sure you go back and see how many numbers behind the decimal in your problem you had, because that's what we want in our answer. The table below shows Aveline's budget last month. What percent? So that what percent tells me I'm going to be setting up, part of my proportion is X over 100. How much of her monthly budget was spent on rent? Okay. So first thing, I know it's got to be X over 100 because it asked me what percent. What percent's always out of 100. Okay. That 100%, when we set up that second ratio, that's her total budget. So what do I want to do first? How do I figure her total budget? We got to add all those numbers up. Okay, so her total budget, good. When we add the total budget, so that's all of her expenses together is $1,550. And it wanted to know what percent was spent on rent. So good, $750 goes on top of that total $1,550. And we're gonna cross multiply.
It's just divided by those two.
And divide. So anytime, remember, if you're multiplying by 100, you can just add 2 zeros to the end of the number you were given.
Why did we have to put 750? Why couldn't it be another number?
Because it asks what was spent on rent.
Wait,
Oh.
not gasoline, groceries.
So that's why we use 750. Okay. So 750, we're going to add 2 zeros since we multiplied by 100 and divide by 1,550. Okay. I know those are big numbers, but 48% is what you should have ended up with. So X equals 48. 48%. Ah. So I'll write it over here. 48%. Okay, let's look at number 12. There's a couple weird things on number 12. So Anika earns $1,200 each month working a part-time job. She wants to save a total of $3,500 for college over a 1-year period. I actually think we don't need that number. I think that's another typo. I think over a 1-year period, she's supposed to save $4,800, which works out to be $400 per month. That's what we're looking for.
So just cross off the first sentence.
Right. Cross off that first number. So $4,800, which works out to be $400 per month, because if we divide that $4,800 by 12, then we get $400. Okay, so $400 a month is what we need to know. The question asks what percentage, so that means X over 100, because we're talking about percent. What percentage of Anika's total monthly budget should go to her college savings? Okay, so we're looking for what percent, so I put X over 100. And what is her total monthly budget?
$400.
What, 4,100?
Wait,
That's what she wants to save each month.
1,200?
1,200 is what she earns each month. That's the money she has. So I'm gonna put that over.
I made a big mistake.
Okay, and so we need to save 400 a month. And we're trying to see what percentage that is. So she makes 1,200 a month. She needs to save 400. We're trying to figure out what percentage of her total income that
Add
is.
2 zeros and divide by 100.
So cross, multiply, and divide. So remember, if you multiply by 100, you're just adding 2 zeros at the end. So it's 400 plus 2 zeros divided by 1,200. So let's see, 1,200 can go into 4,
12, 28, 32.
about 3 times? Good. So that's 3,600. Get 400, drop that 0 down. 1,200 can go into 4,000 again.
Is it going to be 33?
3 times, yeah.
It's a repeating.
And, yep, if you can kind of see the pattern, it's going to keep repeating. So 33.33%. So about 33% she needs to spend for her tuition. Okay, the last one's kind of tricky. Rogelio? Is that how you would say it? I don't know. Rogelio? Well, this is a common name? Oh, okay. Rogelio got a letter from his insurance company that said the prices were increasing by 6%. Originally, he had been paying $75 per month. What is the cost of his new insurance per month? Okay. We've got a percent sign. So I already know that something over 100 is part of my ratio.
6%.
So 6% maybe. If you're already paying $75 a month, $75 is your 100%. You're paying full price right now, okay? And a little trick to me that seems to be the easiest, if I'm paying 100% right now and my bill increases by 6%, now what percentage am I paying?
106.
106% because it went up. Which I know that's not something y'all like to see because 100 is where you kind of think it tops out. But if you're already paying full price and then it increases, then you're paying more than full price. You're paying more than 100%. So let's figure out what 106% is. So let's figure out what 100% plus 6%. So cross multiply and divide. So 106 times 75. So then if we divide 7950 by 100, 700, I'm going to put 9. Then I've got to add a decimal. I'm at the end of my number. So 79.5. So 79.50. So it increased 6%, so it increased to 79.50. Just think about if it says increase on your test, there's going to be multiple choice. Some of the answer choices are going to be crazy high, and some of them are going to be lower than. So if it's increasing, use some common sense and kind of eliminate the choices you can. But think about if it says original price and then it increased, original was 100, increased